So I'm on here. I'm going to be live streaming Nick Newell's fight. Just double check, make sure we're live on YouTube. Let's see. I don't know why this is taking forever. And we're live right now. So, I'm here. I'm Nick Newell's manager. Nick Newell fights tonight in, 20 minutes, half an hour. With the prelims, it's always a pain. They shuffle them around. Sometimes they move them till after the main card if they're going too long or too fast. So we'll be here. We will be talking about Nick's fight, how it's going. You guys are welcome to ask me anything you want to ask me. I'm Nick Newell's manager. Nick Newell's a part of this show. So we're live streaming the fight. You want to ask me about UFC tomorrow? That's fine too. Right now, I'm just hopping on for Nick Newell, but I'm here. So pick my brain. Whatever you want to talk about, I'm happy to talk about. So this is, take my gum out. This is a tough fight. So this is not an easy fight. This isn't a gimme. Nick was supposed to have fought 2 times during COVID. The first fight was canceled because that's when COVID exploded. They canceled the entire event. They paid Nick. They paid everybody. The second cancellation was because Nick got COVID. And that was brutal because they gave me a phone call. I got a call at like 11:30 p.m. on Thursday night. So the fights are Fridays. I got a call at 11:30 p.m. on Thursday. And that's not good. Anytime I see, Mike Johnson at Bellator calling or Rich Cho at the time calling, it's never good news. So as soon as I got that call, I jumped out of bed. What's going on? Like, Nick has COVID. He has to leave immediately. So I had to call Nick. He didn't answer. I had to call his coach. His coach had to go over there, wake Nick up, and then he had to leave. So that really sucked. But with that being said, Nick got paid twice. So this will be his first fight back in a very long time, mostly because of COVID. Alvaro Durantes says, you think Douglas Lima walks out as champ tonight? I do not. I do not think Douglas Lima wins tonight. So I know the Lima brothers. I know his younger brother much better. I spent a bunch of time with them. So I manage fighters. I spent a bunch of time with them overseas, actually, fighting for the XFC. They couldn't be nicer people. They're unbelievably talented, great fighters. But I think Douglas Lima gets completely out-wrestled and held down tonight. I actually have a bet on that. So I placed a bet against Douglas. I like him. I want him to win. But the wrestling of his opponent is just way too much. He is just too good of a wrestler. And, the Lima brothers have great striking, great jiu-jitsu. The wrestling can be an issue at times. So I do think he'll be taken down and held down. So I don't see Douglas Lima winning tonight. If he does win tonight, then there's an argument he's one of the best fighters that Bellator has ever had. What's up, guys? David Ramon. Hell yeah, let's go Nick. Yeah, obviously I'm rooting for Nick. Joe Todoro, how you doing? Tyler asked, do I feel Nick is ready? Yes, Nick is ready. So what's working against him is his age. He gets older, every year. No surprise, but he's not crazy old. And he's had this layoff. He had 2 full training camps, then the fight was canceled. He did that for Bellator. I forget the numbers, but he did that last spring. Full training camp, fight was canceled because of COVID. And then he did it again in the fall. Full training camp, fight was canceled because of COVID. So he's definitely physically ready. Hopefully there's not a lot of rust there, but he's definitely ready. What's up, Poppy Chris? How you doing? So I'll be live streaming the fight. I'm here for Nick. I'm gonna try not to get visibly stressed out. It's very hard for me. I know Nick really well. Obviously, I'm his manager, but I know him personally. I like him. I enjoy his company. I've spent a lot of time with him. Nick could not be a better human being. So watching him fight is very stressful. So Poppy is our Jacob and Dan joining the stream later on. So right now, this is just me streaming Nick's fight. So I'm going to be on here until Nick fights. after the fight, I'll probably stick around for a little bit, and then that's it. And then me, Dan, and Jacob will be filming, not live, but we'll be filming our final breakdown. We'll be filming our Monkey Knife Fight video, our bets, and our final DraftKings lineups, and that'll be posted. So we'll do a live stream tomorrow with all of us, and maybe I can convince the three of us to go live later today, but they're not going to be joining me for this. Alvaro, Jackson didn't look great last fight. Plus 250. Is Daly worth a sprinkle? Yeah, I mean, he's always worth a sprinkle. Anytime you possess, those abilities, it's worth it. But I plus 250 for money line is always tricky. If you have a fighter like that where they're either going to win by knockout or not win at all, I would rather do the knockout prop, because then you're going to go ahead and you're going to get much better odds. You get plus 400, 500 instead of plus 200. Now, if you have a close fight, they could win anywhere, but you like the underdog, then just take the straight money line. In this case, I think if Daly wins, it's by knockout. So I would do the knockout prop, but don't let me tell you how to spend your money. Christian Rodriguez, Nick Newell by submission. I hope so. So if you look at Nick's record, he started his career, I'm going to get some of these numbers wrong, but he started his career like 15-0 with 15 first-round stoppages, or 14 first-round stoppages. And most of them were submissions. And Nick is a black belt, a genuine jiu-jitsu black belt. But what Nick does incredibly well is his scrambling and his ability to just, I call him an opportunist. If there's anything there, he will grab it. In transitions, anywhere. Like if you watch Nick and you've seen his submission wins, it's not methodical. I'm going to slide my knee over the belly. I'm going to go to mount. Then I'll work over here. It's not like that. It is literally wild scramble, snatches something up. So Nick is always live for a submission against anybody. And if you watched his Alex Munoz fight on Contender Series, I mean, he was a couple seconds away from getting that guillotine. What's up, King Rob? How you doing? We're here doing the Nick Newell live stream. If you guys have any questions for me or about anything, whether it's tomorrow's UFC, tonight's Bellator, what managing fighters, any of that stuff, let me know. King Rob he's a member, so he gets to use the fancy emojis. Thanks, King. How many of you guys knew who Nick Newell was before the show? Not that our little YouTube show made Nick famous, because he's genuinely famous outside of that. But how many of you were familiar with who Nick was before that? And how many of you know who Nick is when you only see his head and not the rest of his body? I'm always very curious about that, how many people recognize Nick without the full view. So let me know in the comments. I'm curious. I just got like 15 messages out of nowhere. Ticket has been credited to my account. There we go. Anybody who did Monkey Knife Fight, if you remember a few weeks ago, we did, Jacob did his Lock of the Week promotion with Monkey Knife Fight. Anybody who did that, and let me update this real quick. Anybody who did that, you got a $5 credit. That $5 credit hits this week. So go play a free $5 and they'll go ahead and they'll apply that credit for you. So do that now for tomorrow's UFC. And I am going to put the live stream address so you can watch there. Yeah, so we have a dedicated live stream site, which is sort of an immersive experience. So if you're watching this, obviously watch on your phone, watch on YouTube, wherever you want to watch, or you can watch at WeWantPicks.live. So King Rob, since the show, I recognize him easier, but I did know of him and watched a few fights. Yeah, I mean, Nick's genuinely famous, and for obvious reasons, he stands out in the crowd for sure. And he, and he's an amazing fighter. If you're an MMA fan, he's been the talk of the town for a while, because he had that ridiculous win streaks, like 16-0. Then he fought Justin Gaethje, Christian. Mentioned it. He fought Justin Gaethje. He took a round from Justin, and Jacob will argue that the only reason that fight got stopped is because Justin illegally kneed Nick. That being said, we now know Justin is a top 3 guy on planet Earth. But that was a good fight. It was a competitive fight. But yeah, so Lots of people may know Nick from fighting Justin Gaethje, may know Nick from, ESPN covered him 4 or 5 times. He's a Tommy Hilfiger model, and he has that movie coming out. I've mentioned a few times. The movie is done. It is filmed. It is his life story. They took some liberties, obviously. It's not a documentary. They took some liberties, but his life story, that movie is done, and they've sold it, and now we're waiting for distribution. It will probably be on demand or something to that effect, but that's because of COVID. All these companies realize how much money they can make with on-demand movies. Tyler, I feel like Nick Diaz is going to get a KO tomorrow. Yeah, so I would like that. I just don't see that happening. Has he KO'd anybody? Does Nick Diaz have any standing KOs? I know Conor, he sort of beat up in that first fight, but that was really, Conor gassed out and things didn't go his way. But yeah, I mean, I would love to see. I love the Diaz. I want Nick Diaz to win literally just for the plot lines. Or Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz wins. All of a sudden, you have to give him a title shot because of his popularity and the conversation is wild. So I'm definitely, I would love if Nate Diaz pulled it off. I just don't see it happening. And yeah, King Rob saying Nate Diaz has never knocked anybody out. How long until Trujillo gets the upset? Yeah, I mean it'll be interesting. There's a lot of really good matchups out there. There's a lot of really good fights, and we've been seeing so many upsets lately everywhere. Bellator, UFC. I'm calling for a giant upset tonight in Bellator. I think Douglas Lima loses tonight, so I think Douglas Lima loses, and that'll be a pretty big upset. That line moved quite a bit. It got a little closer, but. Christian Rodriguez, who's the better fighter, Nick or Nate? Nick, 100% without a shadow of a doubt. Nick is the better fighter. Nick was literally, top 10 and had some really good fights with some really good people. Where Nate is very entertaining. Nate has pulled off some nice wins, but he's not the better fighter. Nick has a higher fight IQ. Nick has better jiu-jitsu. Nick has better striking. So Nick's the better fighter for sure. And the talks of him coming back are crazy because he hasn't fought in how long? When was the last time Nick Diaz fought? I mean, it's got to be 4 or 5 years, maybe longer. So the talks of him coming back are funny. If he comes back, they should just give him a fun fight. Don't give him a contender. That wouldn't be a good look. So they're walking through the fights. So Nick is not next. So I'll watch a few more of these. Yeah, this should be an interesting matchup coming up next. Sweet Spot X came in late. Heard something about $5 for something. Fill me in. Chat is fine. No chat. So Monkey Knife Fight. Obviously, we do those breakdown videos. We tell you all the time. Go to playmkf.com/we-want-picks to play Monkey Knife Fight. A few weeks ago for UFC 262, we did a promotion where if you played $20 or more, Monkey Knife Fight's going to give you $5 free. This is the week they're crediting everybody's account for this pay-per-view. So if you played $20 or more in Monkey Knife Fight a few weeks ago, you're going to get that credit today. It should be in your account. You should have gotten an email. Go play some Monkey Knife Fight for tomorrow's UFC. We're recording our breakdown video tonight to give you our picks, but watch the 2-hour video we did if you want some insight. Nick Diaz versus Chimaev. That would be an interesting matchup for sure. A little trickier matchup than but we'll see what happens. So McLean, you said you thought Bellator 260 was starting 25 minutes ago. It did start 25 minutes ago. So we're just waiting for Nick Newell's fight. When Nick Newell's fight comes, I'll put it on my screen. I'm not going to put the other fights on my screen just because I'm not trying to get in trouble. But for Nick's fight, I will put it on my screen so you can watch that one here. But that's probably, I'm assuming Nick's the next fight. We'll see what happens. Underdogs MMA. Hope your boy Nick wins. How do you think he wins? Yeah, I hope Nick wins too. I'm his manager and his personal friend, so obviously I'm rooting for him. How? Nick is, I like to say feast or famine. Nick, if you look at Nick's record, he has only lost to Justin Gaethje and Alex Munoz, two UFC fighters. Justin Gaethje, one of the top guys on planet Earth right now. Alex Munoz is the wrestling coach at Alpha Male, and he just out-wrestled Nick. His other loss was, I think it was a really bad decision. Plus, Nick did not get a training camp in. He was not able to train the way he was supposed to. He had a ton of injuries. That first round was a 10-8, and then he got exhausted. So anyway, where I'm going with this is, how do you think Nick wins? I think Nick wins by submission. I think, you know, he'll touch him up on the feet, and then they'll end up on the ground, and in a scramble, Nick will scoop up a submission. That's sort of Nick's thing, and Nick does really, really well in those scrambles, and I think he will create a scramble. With that being said, Bobby King is a good fighter. This will be a very close fight. This is not going to be, you know, Nick just blowing through somebody, and if he does, Nick looks amazing. David Ramon, hey Angelo, since you're Nick's manager, do you usually go to the fights? Yes, I'm always there. I didn't go to this one because I live in Texas. The fights are in Connecticut, where I'm originally from. And with the quarantine rules and stuff like that, me being there added no value, because I can't just fly up, go up for the fights. I can't be there in person to watch the fights. So there was just no point, honestly. But yes, I'm normally there. I'm normally managers. We have our own ID. Do I have my Mohegan Sun ID? I don't see it, but yeah, here it is. Nope, here it is. So managers, we get a license. So this is my license for Mohegan Sun, where these fights are. So basically, I throw that around my neck. I walk in and out of the locker rooms, do whatever I want. But with COVID, not able to do that. They do have a crowd tonight, Bellator does. It's not a massive crowd. Tonight, I think they have very limited attendance. They didn't let the fighters sell tickets either. They just put it all on Ticketmaster, sold a few tickets, and that's it. But there is a crowd. So anybody who's here, thanks for joining. If you don't know who I am or what we do, my name is Angelo, and this is We Want Picks. We break down, it's myself. I've managed fighters for 15 years, including Nick Newell, who's fighting in a little bit. Dan Kramer, who season 7 of The Ultimate Fighter, the only person in modern UFC era to make his professional debut in the UFC. So he did The Ultimate Fighter, made his, won his debut in the UFC, and then they were like, listen, you're super young. What are you trying to do here? So he left to, get some other fights under his belt before going back to the UFC. And then he ended up in Bellator. They paid him so much money, he didn't end up going back. But it's me, Dan, Nick Newell, who's fighting tonight, and then our buddy Jacob, who's really funny. We just break down fights, who's going to win, how they're going to win. We give you our betting advice, who you should bet on, why, and how many units. We do our monkey knife fight breakdowns. If you don't know what that is, go to playmkf.com/WeWantPicks. It is the best daily fantasy for MMA. And then we do DraftKings breakdowns. So if you don't know who we are or what we do, that is who we are and what we do. Basically, we break down fights and we give you every possible opportunity to get rich while watching them. Christian Rodriguez, how many fighters do I manage? So now that I'm a little later in my career, I'm only managing friends, actual friends. So Nick is a friend. So right now I manage about 7 or 8 people that are actual friends. I help them out. Every now and then I'll get a call from like Glover Teixeira, who I know really well, and he'll say, hey, can you get my guy a fight? Because he runs a gym. So every now and then I'll get like a call like that, and how am I going to say no to helping out a friend? So I'll do that. 6-7 years ago, I had about 30 to 40 fighters. The problem with managing fighters is it is not scalable. There's not enough time in the day. So you can give me 100 fighters. I'm not going to make more money. I just won't have enough time to deal with all of it. So it's not a scalable business. I just started doing it by accident, basically, where I'm from Connecticut. Dan Kramer's from Connecticut. He got on The Ultimate Fighter. When he came back from The Ultimate Fighter, he was like, hey, you want to help me out? I need a manager. Okay. So I started helping him out. Then he moved down to Florida to be an American Top Team full time. And once he was in Florida, he American Top Team loves him because he's a perfect size. He's not too small. He's not too big. He's good everywhere, and he's just a cool dude. So word of mouth spread, and I ended up managing just a ton of those guys. David Ramon, I think Dan is one of the 2 only fighters to make their professional debut in the UFC. The other is CM Punk. Yeah, okay. I guess CM Punk may count. That is true. No, didn't CM Punk fight elsewhere? No, he must not have. Hold on. CM Punk. Sure, dog. You guys will get this before I do, but I'm going to do it. Record. You're right. Yeah, so Dan was the first, and then CM Punk was the second, only 2 to ever do it. King Rob, I have a ton of bets for 263, the most I've ever had, and for some reason I went hard on Collier, and I think Diaz gets finished. It'll be interesting if Diaz gets finished. So King Rob, let me ask you a question. Do you do Bet Online? Did you use our link for Bet Online? If so, I owe you some money. Anybody else here, if you want to do some bets tomorrow night, go to, let me turn on the ticker. Bang. Right underneath. Go there to do your bets. Once you create your profile, let me know, and I'll straight up Venmo you money if you're helping us out. Obviously, BetOnline's giving us a commission for people who sign up, but we genuinely believe in it, and that's what we use. Every bet that we do in our betting guide is BetOnline, and those 3.5 bets are the greatest bets on planet Earth. So, King Rob, do you have any of those 3.5s? Those are the best. All you need to win a 3.5 bet is your fighter to win one single round. That's it. They can lose the next 2. Just don't get stopped, and you'll win that bet. So, yeah, we have a ton of bets for UFC 263 as well. I went heavy with the props, and I did a lot of over-under on rounds. We're filming our final betting breakdown for UFC 263 tonight. So that may be uploaded tonight. If not, it'll be ready for tomorrow morning. Jill, how are you? You're always very supportive, and we appreciate that. I don't think Nate's face will hold up. I love Nate. I love Nate too. And it's funny. Leon Edwards is by far the better fighter. Leon Edwards is deserving of a title fight at this point. But Nate Diaz is way more entertaining. And if he wins, the plot lines that come out of that will be amazing. And I absolutely would love for that to happen. So I'm rooting for Nate, but I have I spent the money, and I have Leon Edwards in my lineup. Tyler, need some advice. I took Frivola over McKinney. I really like this pick. Am I being overconfident? No, you're not. So you're not being overconfident. Frivola should win. The non-stop, never let up wrestling should win. My choice between the choice I had for DraftKings, because the only money I had left was either Frivola or Belal. I think Belal will score more points than Frivola. I may make that switch, but Frivola is a good pick. McKinney's taking this fight in a few days' notice. Granted, he just fought last week, won a title. He's winning by head kick knockout left and right. He's definitely live, but the nonstop, relentless wrestling of Frivola should get it done. We are filming a full breakdown tonight of that fight, Frivola versus McKinney. So watch that when we drop it to get a little more insight. You can get Dan's feedback. King Rob, I did want to donate the money to a parlay that you guys pick, maybe a 5-fight or something like that. Let me know your thoughts on it. Yeah, we're filming our final betting breakdown tonight, so I'll ask the guys what parlays they're looking at. And what's really funny for our final betting breakdowns, I see them. I build, it's a PowerPoint presentation that we record. So I have mine. I'm waiting for Dan's. That dude freaking waits the last minute every time, and that stresses me out. Jacob already sent me his. Jacob has done one single bet this week, and it is a 9-fight parlay. So we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully it hits. I've went against some of his picks, so I don't think it'll hit, but that would be amazing if it did. You guys are saying hi to each other in the chat. I love the community we're building here. You guys are talking to each other, getting used to seeing each other in these chats, so I appreciate that. X Sweet Spot X. I signed up for BetOnline, but credit card always declines it. Once it declines, BetOnline blocks you from trying. So I did not have that issue. Give me your username and we'll get that unlocked. So what happens with BetOnline is sometimes your bank is like, whoa, is this, what's going on here? So anyway, I used my debit card. My debit card went right through, no problem. My credit card, I got a text saying, is this you? I said yes, and then I did it again and it worked. But yeah, let me know. Contact support. They're worthless. All right. So do this, X Sweet Spot. Go to wewantpicks.com. Give me your username. We'll let BetOnline know to fix that. They'll fix it. They'll get you squared away. That sucks. I'm sorry that happened to you. Christian Rodriguez, my lock of the week is Leon Edwards minus 600. Yeah, that's pretty much a lock, 100%. And Jill, nice community here, no trolls. I agree with you. We do have trolls. I delete troll comments because it could go one of two ways. I can engage, and I'm mean. I'm not a nice person. I'm very mean. Dan's twice as mean as I am. So if I engage, it could go way too far. So there's many times where I will engage and then immediately delete it because I'm like, that's not. The problem is once you start engaging with trolls, then that's the environment we have. And we're still growing. Once we hit the numbers that I know we're going to hit as far as viewers and community is concerned, then I can engage the trolls. But for right now, I'm not going to do it. But I agree, Jill. You, X Sweet Spot, Jesse, Christian, David, Joe, King, you guys you're here for everything. You're unbelievably supportive. You guys do super chats. You do donations. You're members. The support is incredible. And we will not forget our original supporters at all. We're growing like crazy. We're working on all these deals left and right, but we're not forgetting the community because literally we have nothing without the community. So we appreciate you guys are fantastic. Jesse, oops, what did I click? X Sweet Spot. King Rob, my man. Yeah, Jesse, a 9-fight parlay. Jacob's parlay is 9 fights. Obviously, I think it was like plus 8,000 something were the odds. You'll see when we do the breakdown. And I haven't even heard him explain it to me yet. He just texted it to me. So I'm very curious when the cameras are rolling what the hell he's going to sound like. Jesse, what about Diaz smoking on stage at the press conference? I'm the only one here not to get fired. That was crazy. That was crazy, especially the crap his brother's gone through. And I feel bad. So if you don't know, Nick Diaz popped for smoking some weed years ago before it was a banned substance or while it was a banned substance. And he got a 2-year suspension, which is absurd because in MMA, you can't earn a living. If you can't fight, you can't make money. Your sponsors drop you. It's a mess. So now it's perfectly legal. He didn't do anything wrong. I think he did it his last fight too. But it is funny. So that was interesting. And that's why I want Diaz to win. Just pure, raw entertainment value. Dunchichi, my man. The people's champ never disappoints. No, he doesn't. And listen, that's why Jacob's fantastic. Like, me, you're going to get... So, Dan, you're going to get technical insight and firsthand knowledge of what these fighters are going to do, how they're going to do it, how these fights are going to go, because Dan is a professional fighter and is training at one of the best gyms on planet Earth. From me, you're going to get... I'm not a professional fighter. I've wrestled my entire life. I've done jiu-jitsu my entire life. So you'll get that insight. Plus, I manage professional fighters. You'll get that insight. Nick, professional fighter. You'll get all of that. Jacob is a fan that puts in his time and he's entertaining. So Dunchichi, you're right. He never disappoints because even if his pick isn't perfect, the dude shows up, entertains the hell out of us. Joe Todoro with the super chat. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. And the message is, what's up, everyone? Who's ready for Nick to kick some butt? Ready for an amazing fight card. Also, good work in the breakdowns. Yeah, thank you, Joe. It's very appreciated. The support from you guys is unbelievable. Let's catch up on some chat here. So, Easy. Oh, man, I'm clicking around like crazy. Easy. You asked 2 questions. You said, will Nick's fight be on YouTube? And then you mentioned this about Vettori. Yes, Nick's fight will be on YouTube. I will show it here. So just stay here. I will put it on my screen. I'm just not doing that yet with the other fights because I'm not here for them. I'm here for Nick. So stay here. I'll put that up. Then you also said, Vettori will at least score some points. Oh, and that's in response to Christian. Christian said, my punts on DraftKings are Marvin and Paul Craig. When you say punts, do you mean you're kicking them and you're not putting them in your lineup? Or you're saying that you are going to put them in your lineup? Because both of those dudes are in my lineup for a reason. You know what's funny, Jill? So, Jill, you said, ready for Nick? You're glad the fight's on YouTube. What's funny about that is, back in the day, main card, undercard. If you were on the undercard, it wasn't a good thing, right? because you didn't get the eyes. It was not televised. It was only on some stupid website or a weird app. But now that the undercard is on YouTube and the main card is on Showtime, we literally get paid more for undercard fights. Not by the company, but by sponsors, because there's more eyes. More people watch the YouTube stream than have Showtime. So it's prestigious to be in the main card, but we literally will ask for the undercard. Literally. Especially when you can't have all the fans. So Nick's entire family and friends can't come out. He was like, I want to be on the undercard. I want to be on YouTube so everybody can come watch. So that is always great when that happens. Let's see. Jesse. You think main event will be quick knockout with a lot of last-minute emotion at the press conference? No. I absolutely 100% do not think that. Vettori is emotional. That's who he is. He's Italian. I'm Italian. He's very... My wife just told me last night I get too riled up. So, no. I do not think it'll be a quick fight. First of all, Vettori has a head like a cinder block. So, I don't see him getting knocked out. At least not early. So, no. I have Vettori in my lineup. I think it goes the distance. I think Vettori wins. But I do not think it'll be quick. And honestly, this is going to sound stupid, but Adesanya doesn't have that one-punch knockout power. Now, he has incredible power. He has, he touches people up. He wears them down. His striking is unbelievable. But he does not have that one-punch knock-you-out power. So I just don't see that happening. In the lineup, but very cheap. Easy dub. Yeah, exactly. I have both Craig and Vettori in my lineups. King Rob, for your lineup for tomorrow, you have Craig, Riddell, and Collier for your dogs. 100%. Riddell's the riskiest one. I think Brad Riddell wins as well. He is the riskiest one. But Collier, Dan's all over Collier. All over him. So Dan's got like 5 or 6 bets on him. So he's feeling that for sure. Who will be Lou in the live stream for the fights tomorrow? We got to figure that out, Joe. Here's the problem. Here's the problem, my man. With the pay-per-views, I have people that come over, so it's hard to do the live stream, so we'll figure that out. Oakham's Razor MMA picks. I have your boy Nick Newell losing tonight. My point system has Newell with 160 points and King with 219. Zero tape study. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Obviously, I have Nick winning, but we'll see what happens, and we'll circle back if you're right. I like Dober too much. Yeah, Jill. Dober can win. Dober's very, very good. I think Brad Riddell wins, but I don't have enough confidence. That's my dog, if you don't hear that. I don't have enough confidence in Brad Riddell to put him in my lineup. The Bellator main event is pretty much a pick 'em when I made my bet. Yeah, the odds shifted big time. He was plus 170, and then the money came in because everybody did what I did, realized how good the wrestling is, and that Douglas Lima, if he has a hole in the game, it is the wrestling. Let's catch up. Dunchichi, did you watch Clarissa Shields last night? I was shocked she pulled it off, especially against a wrestler. I was surprised, too. I was surprised. An Olympic athlete, that Olympic mentality, the never die, never quit, I can do anything I want to do, definitely helped her. But I agree, I was surprised. I'm surprised that was the matchup they gave her, because you'd think they would guarantee wanted a knockout, and they got what they wanted, but it wasn't a guarantee on paper. Felipe destroys Collier, says Jacob. Jacob has a 9-fight parlay. Watch our betting breakdown. You can see it there. This is one of those fights that I just don't think is going to go Jacob's way, but he didn't get to break down the fight, so we'll see his explanation later tonight. Boy, this chat is flying. You guys are fantastic tonight. King Rob, Vettori might gas. Takedowns will be hard. His cardio holds up. He might get it done if he starts to gas. Adesanya will pick him apart. Spot on analysis. I completely agree with you. Craig's going to get piece up. Fact. Brian Fusco. I do not agree with you. I completely disagree. Come back tomorrow and we'll talk it out and see who's right. I disagree. I think, and first of all, he's a almost 3-1 underdog. So that is exactly what is supposed to happen. So I'm not on the popular side by saying I think Craig's going to win, but I put my money where my mouth was. I have some bets on him. I think the wrestling is going to be the difference. Just tuning in, Nick is the lock. Yes, he is. King Rob wants to be timed out, it seems. What did King Rob say? No, Everyone says Felipe's output is going to get it done. I don't see it. He threw less strikes than Tafa in that fight. Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. Alan Huang, hope your guy Nick wins. I agree with that as well. So obviously we're here for the Nick Newell fight. We're here to watch Nick Newell. As soon as that fight is coming up, I will put that on the screen. I'm not putting the other fights on the screen. With that being said, if you don't know who we are, a lot of new names in here. My name's Angelo. We break down fights every single week. We do DraftKings lineups, monkey knife fight picks, full betting guides, and full card breakdowns. I have managed fighters for 15 years. Dan Kramer's on the show, is a professional fighter. Nick Newell, who's on our show that we will be watching fighting, is a professional fighter. And Jacob, who is in the comments, is funny and does his research, puts in his time, and has some solid picks. You guys are going back and forth on this Craig fight. Craig is higher ranked. I am on Craig. I'm all over Craig. The wrestling, to me, is a very big deal. His price in DraftKings, let's say, even if he loses his price in DraftKings, $6,800, I'm going to get my points. Takedowns are 5 points. I'm going to get those points. So, this is going to be a very stressful fight for me. I don't like watching Nick fight. I like when it's over. I just want to be told, hey, Nick won. I don't know if you hear screaming in the background, but that is my children. They are animals, and they are screaming. All right, let's go. Brent Hinson. All the emojis. Thank you very much. Antsy with Craig is almost a lock. Yeah, I mean, as far as underdogs go, no Jacob to do his song and dance lock of the week, yada, yada, yada. None of that. But if he were to do it, or if I were to do it, it would be for Craig, for sure. Jacob is in the house. Joe's asking who's going to do the live stream tomorrow. I bought the equipment. I can do it from my media room. We can do it, Jake. You let me know tomorrow. I got what we need, buddy. I got what we need. We need an emoji for Nick. We will. We only have one emoji slot right now. Honestly, the reason I didn't do one for Nick yet is he's been gone for this entire fight camp. So I was just waiting to get through the camp, making sure, everything goes well, and then we'll get it back to normal. Craig gets smoked. Indian Animal. Is his opponent from Indiana? Is that what that nonsense is? Yeah, this is going to be very stressful. Let me put this volume on. Let's see. Can you guys hear? Tell me right now. Can you hear the fights? Let me know in the comments if you hear the fights. If you cannot, I'm going to leave the volume on. If you can, I got to shut it off so I don't get shut down. If Jacob keeps it up, I'm calling my Arkansas boys a double leg all day. King Rob gets it. And if you're curious what he's talking about, go to WeWantPicks.com and click on Shop, and you will see the Arkansas Wrestling shirt. Mine is on its way. I should have it any minute. I also got myself a We Want Picks dad hat, a We Want Picks Yeti mug. I got everything going. So all of that will be, it'll be my new uniform. Drinking out of my cup, wearing the hat, wearing the shirt. No, you can't hear it. Great. I got Muhifi cranked. Oh, my hi-fi cranked, and the sound is inaudible. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So I'm going to listen to it in the background. And that's, this way this microphone's set up is, it's far away from the speakers, so I should be wearing headphones, but I hate doing that. King Rob, if you get it up, I'm getting Dunchichi. If you keep it up, I'm getting Dunchichi. This will be, if this is a funny comment. If Craig had Arkansas Wrestling, would he be your lock? 100%. 100%. So I think Nick is next. Once I know that for sure, I'll put that on here. We'll watch it together. I'll break it down as technically as I can without getting visibly stressed out. Just ask Jimmy. My man, and you used the word tricky. I haven't seen you in here before. Welcome. Lots of interesting fights this week and tricky. I don't know if you said that on purpose or not, but I say tricky way too much. And I agree. There are lots of tricky fights, both on this Bellator card and tomorrow's UFC 263. Lots of tricky fights. Here's the trickiest ones. The main event is tricky. The co-main event is definitely tricky. And I think the hardest one to pick on the entire card is Damian Maia versus Belal Muhammad. Belal should blow through him, but you don't know. Yeah, Kayla. Oh, Kayla, I owe you your money, and I'm back home, so I will do it after the stream. Kayla, coming here to brag, throw it in our face. I am about to have paid Kayla $60. So anybody who's watching that doesn't know, check out the description. We have a link to a DraftKings league. It is a free DraftKings league, and we give you $15 if you play the league and you win. If you're a member of this channel, which means you've clicked the join button under this, which please do, we give you $30. So Kayla has gotten that twice. She's gotten $60. That is a full year's worth of membership. This year's worth of membership has been free. So, guys, play. Don't let Kayla win again. Get a Jacob t-shirt. Tell you what, Sweet Spot. Jacob, if you're still here, and if not, we'll talk about it tomorrow. We talked about that Lock of the Week shirt. Build it. Make it. That's an awesome idea for a shirt. Don't make me do it without you. You do it, and then we'll go ahead and put it on the stream. Sell it. So, guys, if you're new here, we break down fights. Thank you very much for joining us. We are watching our buddy, Nick Newell. He should be up any minute. Right now, they're talking about Aaron Pico. Aaron Pico is a freaking stud. Are you playing any MKF for NBA tonight, Jacob? And then Jacob said NBA bankrupted him. Yeah, that's funny. Go ahead, Kayla. If you have picks, throw your picks in the comments. Tyler, my man, thank you for liking the stream. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. I assume you are. Thank you very much. I appreciate the support. I mention this every week, guys. The support here is incredible. Today, it's just me. The show is four of us. It's me, Dan Kramer, Nick Newell, and our buddy Jacob Lyons. So right now, it's just me because Dan's got kids. They're running around like crazy. Nick's fighting in a cage, and Jacob goes to the gym right now. So I told my wife, take care of the kids. I got a live stream for Nick, so that's what we're doing. So Joe Todoro. Joe, we're talking about Monkey Knife Fight. Anybody who's watching doesn't know what that is, go to playmkf.com/WeWantPicks. Joe, you went 50-50 with NBA and Monkey Knife Fight. Well, you triple your money, so you should still be up money. By my math, you should be double your money. That's the beauty of Monkey Knife Fight, the absolute beauty of Monkey Knife Fight. And if you guys are watching this live stream, check it out at WeWantPicks.live. Anyone from Fort Worth, Dallas area, I'll be at Texas Live in Arlington for the fight. Mañana. My man, Poppy, I live in Prosper. Jacob lives in Frisco. We're both Texas people. So I have not been to Texas Live in Arlington yet. My buddy who is probably going to come over for the fights tomorrow goes there all the time. But I heard it's a pretty sick spot. But yeah, you know what, Poppy? As this community grows, we talked about hosting an in-person, like we'll all watch it together kind of thing. So not yet, but soon we can do that because you're not the only DFW area subscriber that we have. There's definitely more. So as that grows, we'll figure something out. So join Poppy. Watch that in Arlington. I've been winning a lot more since you guys got me on the MKF. Yeah, so Joe, Monkey Knife Fight, I can't lose. Blake, my man, thank you. Thank you for joining. I've never been to Texas Live, Blake. We'll have to go together. I have not been there. Casey goes all the time. He talks about it. I haven't been there. What is it? Is it just a giant outdoor venue? Or is it indoors? What is Texas Live? Yeah, so Joe, back to Monkey Knife Fights. I have not lost. And honestly, it's the forgiveness. You can lose and still make money. So I have not lost there yet. Dunchichi, is it true that Texans drink a lot of ranch water? So ranch water, for anybody who doesn't know, is tequila and club soda and lime. That's ranch water. Now they have those ranch water, they're like Trulies. It's not actually tequila. I think it's malt liquor. Those are disgusting. I like ranch water, but I'm not a Texan. I'm from Connecticut. Jacob, I'm winning the fan league Saturday, and I'm winning 50 from Angelo, and then another 7,500 in a DraftKings league. Yeah, okay. So Jacob's going to be watching the fights with me, and then I have to see the look on his face when he gets smoked. Christian, how many fights left for the Nick Newell fight? I'm pretty sure he's next, so just sit tight. As soon as I find out that he's next, that will be on the screen. You can watch it here. You don't need to do two screens. I'll put it on here, and hopefully they don't shut me down. But we'll be doing that here. So, how many of you watch Bellator regularly, or you're just kind of watching it because of Nick and us and whatever else? Yeah, so Homebrew Crew, Nick does have one arm. It stops, he says one hand because it stops after the elbow. He was born that way. So that is Nick Newell. That's who you're talking about. And that's who we'll be watching. Nick is on this show. He is a co-host. He breaks down fights every single week with us. Just not the last few weeks because he's been in this training camp for the fight that's about to happen in a few minutes. So that is Nick. He's also... They have a big movie coming out about his life. That should be out soon. And then he is a Tommy Hilfiger model as well. Blake says Texas Live is indoors, 12 restaurants, stages, bars set up everywhere, giant Vegas style. Well, damn, man. Texas Live sounds unbelievable. Oh, man. Nick is not next. Yikes. We got Lucas Brennan versus Matt Skibicki next. So... another 15 minutes or so. I'm going to be here till freaking 9 o'clock waiting for Nick, aren't I? This is a good one. Who is winning Pitbull versus AJ McKee? That is a very good question. I'm thinking Pitbull. McKee is younger, but I'm thinking Pitbull wins that fight. I think the Pitbull brothers are just next level. Blake said Texas Live built for live sports. He's after this fight. Yeah, Jacob, you said after this fight in the middle of the last fight, you dingus. Dunchichi, I try to catch Bellator whenever I can, but I have to spend time with family sometimes because UFC usually takes up my whole Saturday. Dude, it's so funny because doing this show, I'm sure my wife is in the other room right now pissed that I'm doing this. It takes time, man. Like time. Real time. Saturday nights. So we film Tuesday nights. That's a couple of hours. We film again Friday nights. That's a couple of hours. We watch fights Saturday nights. That's a couple of hours. So, you know, if my wife's like, let's go out to eat, it's like, well, not on the weekend because I got this going on. But yeah, I enjoy Bellator quite a bit. And I've had, you know, I've managed fighters in the UFC and Bellator and XFC, everywhere else, all the regional promotions in the Northeast because that's where I'm from. But I will say Bellator is probably my favorite as a manager because A, they would always hook me up. I would get all the tickets that I needed when I needed them, sitting cage side, you know, they would always hook me up. They take care of the fighters. I love Bellator, and it's so funny because the perception is always, when is Nick going to go to the UFC? Why? Nick makes a fortune in Bellator. He does really well in Bellator. They pay him money. They give him the promotion. They do what they want to do. Like, I understand UFC is like the pinnacle, but it doesn't need to be for everybody. There's plenty of people that make a lot of money and do really well and have a really good time in Bellator. And Nick is one of them. Let's put it this way. He's had 2 fights in the last year that were canceled because of COVID. One of them, he had COVID, and they paid him his full purse both times. UFC does not. They don't pay their fighters if they drop for COVID or any reason that's their fault. They don't pay them. So Bellator does, and that will stick out for a very long time. Yeah, Jesse, 100%. Oh, I keep highlighting the wrong thing. Jesse said we should host a live event in person. I 100% agree with you. As this community grows and, you know, we can get a decent amount of people, absolutely 100%, we will literally rent a venue like a wedding hall and watch fights on a Saturday night together in person with an open bar. That is absolutely the goal. That's why when I'm on here talking about we have big plans, we have big plans. We are not, you know, just sitting in front of our cameras, doing our picks, leaving and hoping we get rich, you know, with the YouTube ads. We're like trying to grow a community, trying to build this big, and we have big plans of what we're going to do. And anytime I say that super chats, donations, memberships are appreciated and every dollar that comes to us goes right back in, it 100% does. We run in the red every single week because we've got the website, we've got all these other things that we're doing, and we've got big plans, and hosting events in person are absolutely is one of those plans for sure. We all need to chip in and get your wife an Arkansas wrestling t-shirt. I just ordered mine, actually. We don't get those for free. I got to pay. So I just ordered mine, so I should have mine as well. Yeah, she's a trooper. She'll, like today, she works in a hospital. She's a nurse. So she worked her full shift. Then I'm like, 5:30, I'm going live. Can you raise the kids? at the hardest part of the day. Dinner, bath, bedtime, worst part of the day for me to be like, see ya, you deal with it. So she definitely deserves some love there. Any updates on my grappling match? Yeah, so what he's talking about is Dan and I will be grappling. No update yet. We got to figure out when we'll be together in person, but, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm in shape. He's going to get it. Yeah, so Christian, the channel will be a lot bigger if you started when COVID started. Yeah, you are 100% correct. If you look at these other channels that have 15,000, 25,000 subscribers, they had 1,000 subscribers when 2020 started and then exploded. So I wish we were here for the COVID boom, but we weren't. But what I take out of that's a positive is we already have 2,000. We've only been doing this for 4 months. Some of those other channels were doing it for 2 to 3 years, and they only had 1,000. So we're definitely growing at a much faster pace. We do not have that wild COVID explosion, but we definitely our organic growth is better than anybody's out there. So, and it's because of you guys. You guys come in here, you like, you subscribe, you donate, you become members, and YouTube sees it. It sounds stupid, but every time we go live and you guys hop in and you like the stream and then you do a super chat, and anytime somebody clicks the join button or the longer you watch, that literally all goes into the YouTube algorithm, and YouTube says, people must be enjoying this content. Let me send this content out and put it higher up on people's searches. So that's why we're growing. It's literally because of your engagement, the comments, the likes, the donations, the subscriptions. YouTube sees it. YouTube says like, well, they must like what's going on here. Let's share this with other people. So that's why we're growing. Let's see what we got here. Catching up in the chat. Yeah, the co-main event, that's interesting. We'll have to do Jacob versus anybody, any size, in anything. That will be the co-main. Jacob, you can come up with the co-main. Christian, let me ask you something. Are you only here for the DraftKings, or at least is that how you found us? I'm always curious. Like, Dan and I will literally argue. He's like, we're a DraftKings channel. I'm like, we're not a DraftKings channel. We are not a DraftKings channel. He's like, yes, we are. So it's just funny, that back and forth. So I'm curious, do you think we are a DraftKings channel? I'm very curious. So Nick is next. Stay tuned. I will put it on my screen. Let me just get through this stuff, and as soon as they start showing Nick stuff, it will be on my screen. And I will try to keep my composure. Yeah, this fight was quick. So anybody who's here, let me know. I'm curious what content of ours you like the best. Meaning, do you like the 2-hour breakdowns the best? Do you like just the betting guide, the monkey knife fight thing, the DraftKings lineup? Which segment do you like the best? And is there anything that we're not doing that you would like? Let us know, because we're still tweaking. Yeah, Jacob, they are going to try to kill some time. It's 6 o'clock. I don't know, or Central. I don't know what time the main card is supposed to kick off. But, yeah, they'll definitely try to kill some time, but we'll see what happens. You found me through DraftKings content. All right, great. Good. I appreciate that. DK for Jill. All right, so I guess we're a DraftKings channel. All right. Well, don't tell Dan. You belittling. Oh, Blake gets it. Blake understands what this channel actually. We're not a DraftKings channel. We are a shame the hell out of our friends channel. And unfortunately for Jacob, he's the beta of the crew. And that's what happens. Beta Jake. I thought it was a DraftKings channel at first because of the logo in the videos and the bets, but I've noticed it's more than that after watching for a while. Yeah, so because of the crown. So what's funny is I don't consider us a DraftKings channel, but it started because of DraftKings. So this whole thing started, if you check our Instagram, you'll see that it says that account was opened in 2016. In 2016, I started a website just for DraftKings picks because Dan and I were doing DraftKings against each other. Then it sort of died off. I hated writing articles. That sucked. So then during COVID, actually before COVID, but COVID really exemplified it, me, Jacob, Dan, Nick, we're all doing DraftKings together. And I was like, let's do We Want Picks again. Let's bring that back. And then we did. So it technically is a DraftKings channel, but we do so much non-DraftKings content that my head is we're not a DraftKings channel. I like all the things. X Sweet Spot gets it. So Christian, I only play MKF and DraftKings. So Joe, the Facebook group, I think you found me in the DraftKings Facebook group. What's funny is I was in a betting Facebook group and I would post our betting videos and then I got kicked out and banned. I don't know who or why and why they did that, but I can't wait till we are as big as I think we are. And F that. We have a group too. I hope our Facebook group grows like crazy. I'm the most spiteful dude on planet Earth. Kick me out of the group. I will make sure when we are big enough that group drowns and doesn't exist. I scorch earth. Noah Bird. Welcome, Noah. I bet on the weekends when I can't lose money on the stock market during the week and crypto is flat. Definitely the betting opinion. So Noah, I don't know what website you use, but look at the ticker at the bottom. We use Bet Online. We have a deal with them. We'll give you some free money. Go to wewantpicks.com/bets. Jump in on that. I don't know how seasoned you are, but they have plus 3.5 bets, and they have by far the best prop bets you are ever going to get for UFC. So go to wewantpicks.com/bets. Sign up for Bet Online. After you do, let me know. I will literally Venmo you money for doing that. But they have phenomenal prop bets and lines, and those 3.5 bets are the best things you're ever going to get. Have you thought about FanDuel lines? So X Sweet Spot, we experimented with FanDuel. I hate it. So if there's a market and if people are dying for FanDuel, then we'll do it. But I hated it. Like, it was just not an intuitive experience. The scoring is so different that it's entirely different logic. Like, you can take our DraftKings insight, obviously, and use it on FanDuel, but you can't just take the lineups because they always do captain's mode. They have different scoring for takedown, defended, and stuff. I remember you telling me a message the day you were kicked out. Can't remember the name of the group, but they'll definitely regret. Yeah, F that group. F them. It was like MMA. I forget what it was, but I'm not even going to mention them. Scorched earth. Believe me, when we are big enough, they will feel it. I don't know how, but they even if I have to promote a different group, I will. Screw them. Noah, yeah, check it out for real. Jacob, why not? Bet Online has been nice, almost better than DraftKings. Yeah, it's just different. You know, DraftKings is fantasy, obviously, and Bet Online is gambling. So it is very different. I bet like crazy when I'm positive. I'm a very conservative bettor, and if you watch our betting guide, I only bet on things that, like, I'm positive this is going to happen, or at least in my mind. Where Dan is a much more professional gambler, so you'll see him bet opposite sides of things, a quarter of a unit, 0.15 units. That's because he's doing the math, he's playing the game, and he knows, the best way to do it. I literally am like, I like this line, I will bet it. I don't do all the other stuff, but Bet Online is great. Only reason I like FanDuel is there are far less players in big games, and I've just been... Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. So in FanDuel, you're playing against lesser competition and fewer people. What I will say is the big cards for UFC this weekend is when we get rich, because this is when everybody does a DraftKings lineup, whether they know what the hell they're doing or not. So anybody that watches our videos and puts in their time and research, they will kill it this weekend at UFC 263 because tons of random people are going to be in there. They don't know what the hell they're doing. Before Nick's fight, I'd be stupid if I didn't do a quick recap and plug. My name's Angelo. We break down fights every single week. It is me, 2 professional fighters, and our buddy. We break down fights. We do DraftKings lineups, monkey knife fight picks, and a full betting guide. All of it is 100% free. There is no paywall. There is no Patreon. We do all of it for free. The only thing we ask for is support. If support for you is a super chat, send a super chat. If support means you can click the join button and become a member, become a member. If support means that you can comment and like the videos, you can't really spend any money, that's fine too. But we do everything for free. We do it for you guys, and hopefully you're all getting rich watching our videos. So thank you everybody for the support. As soon as Nick's about to fight, I will put this on the screen. Christian, I started playing UFC DFS during COVID. Yeah, 100%. Are you knee deep in Monkey Knife Fight yet? Easiest way to make money doing daily fantasy for UFC. Perry, Nick should be fighting any minute. As soon as I have it on my other screen, as soon as they show him, I'm going to flip it over here so we'll be able to watch it together. I'll have it on this screen as well. I don't know, Robot Chicken Wings. I don't know. The problem with pay-per-views is, I have friends that want to come over and watch the pay-per-views. So in order to live stream means, hey, you guys can't come over. So pay-per-views are tricky. I do have all the equipment I need to put in the room where I watch fights. I'm going to set it up tomorrow. We'll see how it looks. We might go live for the fights tomorrow, maybe even just for a little bit while testing it all out. But, I'm not positive just yet. I will be going live tomorrow in the middle of the day to talk everything through before the fights start. Jacob, make me a thumbnail. So we will be doing that. Douglas is better than Diego. Was Doug in the UFC? Douglas is better than Diego. Doug was not in the UFC. He's the older brother, the more accomplished brother. I mean, he's a two-time Bellator champion. And he's much better than Diego. Jacob, our buddy Ryan Quinn beat Diego. I went to Turkey. I managed fighters. I managed Ryan Quinn. We went to Turkey. We fought Diego Lima, and Ryan beat him. He beat him with wrestling. That is also Douglas's weak point. I am going against Doug in this main event. I think he gets taken down over and over and controlled, and I think he loses. So it will be an interesting main event for Bellator. Right now, they're just doing a promo for the main event. Soon as they're talking about Nick, I will be adding that to the stream, and we will be watching Nick's fight together. Thank you all for joining the chat. I'll have that on the screen any second now. Just waiting for them to put Nick on the screen. Khabib is better than his brother that is in Bellator. Khabib is better than everybody on planet Earth. Period. I don't know if that's his brother or his cousin, but Khabib is the best across the board. Let's see what we got here. They're still promoting the main event. Let me know if you think somebody came in here thought Nick was going to lose. Sounded like you used the math equation, no actual tape study, which that's fine. Let me know how you think the fight's going to go, and I think Nick will do well on his feet, but create a scramble, get it to the ground, and get a submission. But this is a very, very tough fight for Nick, and Nick asked for this fight. When we reached out to Bellator saying, hey, here's Nick's timeline, Bellator said, what kind of opponent do you want? And basically that question is, do you want to kind of just beat somebody up and get paid and put on a show? What are you looking for? And Nick was like, I want a tough fight. Like, give me a tough fight because I want to win that fight. And then my next fight, I want a name, like a real name, like a Benson Henderson type name. And then I'm going to retire. So that's what we're looking for here. This is a very tough fight. This is not, the betting odds are wrong. Nick is like a 2-1 favorite. They are wrong. He should not be. I love Nick. I'm his manager. I'm rooting for him. I bet on him. 2-1 is tough. This is a tough fight. He did look incredible in weigh-ins. Nick has. I wish I knew the name to plug it. Nick has a new nutrition coach. Minus 115. So line moved. Nick has a new nutrition coach. Here we go. Did the video get taken down? Why'd you say copyright? What happened? I'll put it back on the screen, but comment. Let me know what happened. Did it get taken down? Is that what happened? Oh my God, live stream copyright. My stream was interrupted. All right, let me know if we're back. All right, well, let me know if we're back. Can you see me? Am I live? Am I on Facebook Live right now? I can't tell. Let's see. Stay here. I'll walk you through it. Oh, I'm live. All right, Tyler. Well, I'm live on Facebook. Am I live on... Let's see. Oh, my stream got shut down. Damn, man. crap. All right, well, join me on Facebook. Well, I can't. It is what it is. All right, so we're watching Nick's fight. I'm on Facebook. Nick's coming out here, doing well with the striking, making it happen. Using his jab, lunging forward. Nick with the inside leg kicks. Gauging distance. Definitely looking for a takedown. I see that. That's funny. David Ramon. That's exactly what would happen. Yeah, join us on Facebook. I'm on Facebook. Well, it is what it is. That's what I get for trying to steal. That's what I get for trying to steal. Oh, I'm live on YouTube again. Hoorah. All right. So we're here. We're back. I'm sorry. That's what. Now I know. Can't share streams. They shut me down fast. Nick is winning these stand-up exchanges. He's touching them up. His footwork looks good. I feel like he's setting up a takedown because he's lowering his level a lot. And there it is. There's Nick's takedown. Run that pipe. Run that pipe. Right to a double. My man, pots and pans. Yes. Full mount against the cage. Nick's going to work up the body now. You're going to watch his arms work up the body. He's going to scoop Bobby King off the cage. Hey, thanks for sticking with me, guys. We got shut down fast. Holy crap. That was like a minute and a half, so just not doing that again. Oh, well. I mean, I knew I shouldn't have been able to do it, but that's what I get. All right. Let's go, Nicky. He's working his head out. He's trying to come up the body. I don't think Nick will gas. He gassed in his last fight. But his last fight, he didn't have a full training camp. He had injury after injury, issue after issue, and it was not great. This was a good camp. Healthy. Did everything he was supposed to do. It went the right way. Nick now has full side control with the legs elevated. So he's literally just waiting to pop his head out. Bobby King hanging on desperate. As soon as Nick's head comes out, hellfire will rain down. Nick is still trying to circle him off the cage, work up the body. Antsy, that was nuts. I've never seen a takedown that fast. Hopefully it's not a strike against our account. You only get 3 of those. But lesson learned, not doing that again. All right, Bobby King worked his way back to his feet. Nick's controlling him against the cage. This doesn't need to be small anymore because I'm not sharing it. So, yeah, I mean, Nick's winning this round. We got 2 minutes left. Nick's going to drop back to those legs. Right now, he's got a bear hug. Working a body clinch, going to pull that leg off. Didn't get the bear hug. Dropped down to a single. And he's working his way back up. Yeah, so Nick is controlling the pace. Nick's controlling Bobby against the cage. Definitely looking for a takedown. Bobby's takedown defense isn't bad. And now Bobby's looking for these high knees to push Nick's face away. But Nick is relentless, and he's in great shape. There's 119, 18, 17, 16 left. So I'm not sure if there's a delay or not. Yeah, so Nick's going to control this round. We still have a full minute left. But they've disengaged. Nick was winning the striking at distance and then the grappling exchanges. So, obviously, we hope Nick doesn't gas because that was a lot. Refresh. Why? What happened? Who needs to refresh? Something bad happen? But Nick is he's doing well. It's a good round for him. 45 seconds left. Let's see how the rest of this exchange goes. Bobby looks fresh. Cardio might be an issue. And I'm not saying an issue because Nick will gas, but an issue because if Bobby can just keep an incredible pace, if Bobby can keep an incredible pace, that could obviously be a problem. 20-something seconds left. 10-9 Nick. First round in the books. Nick's shown he could take him down. Nick's shown he could outstrike him. I don't know what Bobby's looking for here. He's sort of keeping the distance. He might be looking for a big shot. Spinning nonsense. All right, Bobby with the flurry against the cage, throwing these big shots. And then Nick with the last flurry. That's 10-9 Nick. What Bobby did show is he has speed and power when he needs it. So he's sort of baiting Nick into a firefight. Hopefully Nick doesn't get caught up in a firefight. That's just not anywhere you want to be, even if you trust your chin and your power. 10-9 Nick. Let me know if you saw it that way or another way. Easy dub, 10-9 Nick. I agree with you. That was a 10-9 round for Nicholas. Yeah, so freaking nerve-wracking. 2 more rounds. The last fight Nick lost, it was like a 10-8, and then he got tired. He didn't get a full camp in. This is a full camp. That should not happen here. His corner, Jeremy Libashevsky, his main coach. Then he has Scott Labrie, his boxing coach, holding the ice. And then behind him is Roger Denton. And Roger is his coach, but also he works for Nick in his gym. There's no way. Big breaths for Nick. Yeah, he does look tired. He absolutely does look tired. I'm not going to lie. But we'll see what happens here. Next round's about to start. Round 2 coming up. Touch gloves. Bobby's explosive and Bobby's dynamic with those kicks. So hopefully Nick keeps a nice tight guard, works his way in with the jab. Beautiful step in right hook. Beautiful. And then I'm hoping Nick takes a shot, gets it to the ground, and then we're done here. Yeah, Nick does need to get this to the ground to win, which I think he will be. He will. My wife's asking me when I'm going to be done, which means things are not going well with the kids. A couple more minutes here. I got 4.5 or 4:20 left in the second round. These exchanges seem to be somewhat even, but I think Nick is first. I think Nick's landing more. But the problem is, we just saw at the end of that last round, Bobby is live for a flurry. So he sits and waits, and I think if Nick overcommits, Bobby's going to go crazy. I have my Nick Newell is my favorite fighter shirt on. So let's see what goes on here. We do need a takedown. Easy dub. That wasn't it. But the cage control will work well also. So especially, listen, if you're getting pieced up and then you have cage control, it's meaningless. But he wasn't getting pieced up. He was tied or winning those striking exchanges, and then he gets the cage control. A takedown would certainly be fantastic and lock this in. He's been wrestling with a lot of high-level wrestlers. So Nixon, Connecticut, Sacred Heart University, a D1 wrestling school, is right there. So he's been getting a lot of work in with some of those D1 wrestlers outside of the season. Bobby King, listen, Bobby King is a good fighter. This is a tough fight. By no means was this a gimme or a walkthrough fight. And Nick wanted a tough fight. Nick said, I want a tough fight. What happened? Nut shot? Was there a nut shot? Tell me what I got. Yes. Take your time, buddy. You get 5 minutes. Don't let them bully you into anything else. All right. Yeah. Oh, right back to the same position. I love it. I love it. Because that was a dominant position for Nick, so you don't want to lose that position. He earned it. He should be able to keep it, and he did. That's great. Great job, Dan Murgliata. I think Dan's probably the best ref out there. Good dude, too. So Nick dropping back down to a leg. This is a tight single. He'll finish this one. He needs to run backwards. Damn it. God damn it. Run that pipe, dude. Ooh. Nick with a beautiful left hook. Nick is getting tired. Back down to the leg. It was at the exact same time Bobby threw a knee. So hopefully nobody saw that as Nick getting dropped from the knee because he was dropping elevation for the leg. This is the problem, man. Bobby's cardio is fantastic. Bobby's picking up the pace. I think he's sensing that Nick's getting a little tired here. So hopefully Nick has enough left in him to at least get a takedown to lock this round in. It's still his round. The wrestling is just so exhausting. Yeah, I'm getting a little nervous about Nick's cardio here. I'm not going to lie. But I still think Nick's winning this round. The problem is judges only remember the end of the round. 2 minutes left. Bobby could pick it up, win the last 2 minutes, and then take the round. Nick caught a kick. Yeah, I mean, Nick has a granite chin, so I'm not worried that Nick's going to get stopped. I'm very worried that Nick is going to gas and get outpointed here. Man, it is just so hard to keep that wrestling pace going. He's definitely exhausted. But we'll see. Lionheart. We'll see what happens here. That was a beautiful exit off that cage control. Oh my goodness, here's that opportunistic guillotine. It was right there. It wasn't perfect, but there was that guillotine. Let's go. All right, so what we need from Nick here is do not let King get off a flurry. Control him against the cage. Stay busy. Try to lock in this round. He definitely won the first round. The second round is much closer. I think Nick won. I'm biased, but I think he had the control time, and I think he sort of dictated the pace, at least for the first 3 minutes. And I don't know if you know math, but 3 is better than 2. My daughter's staring at me through the window. Nick, with the guillotine, just keep it here. Let the refs see this. Throw those knees. Do not drop for it. Put all your weight on Bobby's neck. So Nick may have won that round with that little guillotine attempt. I don't like that he's against the cage here. All right, let me know what you guys think. I don't know if it's 1-1, Jacob. And Jacob, you're being very hard on your co-host here. Why don't you be a little more optimistic? Antsy gets it. I agree, Antsy. I think it's 20-18. It needs to be 20-18 because Nick is not looking fresh for a third round. Those wrestling exchanges just suck the life out of you. Sucks the life out of you. I mean, the amount of effort that it takes to just go from single, double, up, down, cage control. And Bobby King looks fresh as hell. So that's not great. But I also think it's 2-0. We'll see. Judges are judges. But Nick won the first 3 minutes. The last minute, then the next minute and a half, Nick was not winning. But the last 30 seconds, Nick had the sort of fake guillotine there, landed some knees, had some control time, and it was at the end. So hopefully the judges saw it that way. Oh, man, my daughter just heard boom, and now I hear screaming. All right, let's get through this, guys. Let's get through this. I got that going on. I got this going on. My head's going to explode. All right, Nick Newell dictating the pace. I mean, he's exhausted. He's still the one moving forward. He's throwing the leg kick. He's throwing the jab. Bobby backed him up with a nice teep kick, but Nick is in this. Nick is not giving up. Nick's not shying away. He's backing up a little bit here, but it's literally to set up a takedown. You're going to see that in a second. Nick backs up, lowers his level. Bobby just kick. So we better hope this is 2-1 for Nick, because I do think Bobby's going to win this round just on how fresh he is. He's definitely picking it up. Bobby with the laziest head kick I've ever seen. Nick lunges forward. We need Nick to get a takedown, get some control time here. Obviously, a finish is the way to go, but I'm going to need some. That was an unbelievable leg kick out of Nick. He does look better. It's also the beginning of the round, and Nick is not a quitter. And a lot of these veteran fighters will take the second round off so that they're fresh for the third round. I don't know if that's what Nick did. I'm not saying that's what he did, but Nick is smart enough to know when he can take his breaks. Nick is beating up the legs. Absolutely. The problem is Nick just threw that lazy leg kick. Listen, Nick has one arm, and it does affect you because once you overcommit with the one arm, you don't have anything on the other side to follow up in the combination. And that's what we're seeing with some of these steps. He overcommitted with a kick, his body turned, and he doesn't have the other hand there to make something happen to get out of that. Bobby King just landed a nice clean left hook. Nick ducking under another left hook. Ooh, Nick with a high head kick. Barely just missed. I mean, Nick's still in this. He's not losing this fight. He's winning this fight, so I don't want my negative, nervous Nelly descriptions to make you think otherwise. I think Nick is winning this fight. This round is razor thin. The problem with exchanges, though, it always looks like Nick loses exchanges, but he doesn't. And that's really because Bobby's doing a great job marching forward, punches in bunches. Nick is circling, and then he's going to plant his feet and throw. He just did it. Nice underhook here with Nick. Now he's got the cage control. 2.5 minutes left. Bobby his knees are pinched trying to defend this single, which is now turning into a double. Bobby's takedown defense looks fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. 2 more minutes, then a minute, then a decision. Oh boy, I'm very nervous. That's what happens. That's the name of the game. When you care about the people, you care about the outcome. Beautiful left hook for Nick. Throws a right hook and then goes right back to controlling the cage. Nick needs to circle out, get off the cage, circle out. The backing up is fine as long as you plant and go after a few steps back. Beautiful uppercut from Nick. I mean, honestly, I think Nick is winning the exchanges when he's first. The problem is when he's not first, he's definitely losing the exchanges. Caught a leg kick, please. Yes. Nick caught the leg kick, kicked out the other leg, slammed Bobby King to the ground. Bobby's just throwing whatever he can throw to look busy, hoping for a ref stand-up. He's not going to get that. Nick is going to take his time here, as he should. What Bobby's doing does look good for the judges, which is concerning, but Nick needs to keep the fight here. Elbow, elbow, elbow. Crucial takedown. Easy dub, knows what I mean. Who was the dude in the comment that had the some sort of math equation saying Bobby King was going to win? I'm curious what your math equation is doing right now. I'm not being an a-hole. I'm dead serious because I think Nick's winning this fight. I now think it's 3 rounds to nothing, but I value takedowns more than some referees do. Bobby King working his way back up. No. Nick with a very sloppy exchange there. Ended up on his back for a second, but oh no. God damn it, Nick. All right, well, they're back on their feet. Nick didn't look bad there. He just ended up on his back in a very weird scramble. Bobby's going to touch him up this last 20 seconds. So do the referees value that takedown, that control time more than this last 20-second flurry? Because at the end of the day, it was a very close round. Only one person was dominant, and that was Nick with the takedown and the control during that takedown. Nick, guns blazing, letting it all go with the last couple seconds. Fight is over. Bobby King ends with a jumping flying knee. Nick looks scared and disappointed. I think he won this fight 3-0. I'm the most biased dude on the planet. Even if you don't agree with me, 2-0 should be something. You guys are ahead of me, I think. Let's see what happens. Damn, man. This is going to change my whole weekend one way or the other. As soon as we get this decision, I'm out of here. So if you have comments, throw them in. Anything you want to ask, do it now. I'm out of here when this is over, good or bad. I agree, Antsy. Me and Antsy score fights the same way. I think it's 3-0. Easy dub, 29-28. Which rounds, easy dub? Which rounds are you going 29-28? Man, this is nerve-wracking. Jacob has the fight going the other way. Jacob, I'm going to kick you out of the chat and off the show. You support your brothers no matter what. I mean, damn, dude. 1-3 for Nick. Yeah, that was a slam takedown, too. That was a beautiful, very visual, didn't grind it. Control time, 2 minutes and 13 seconds. The strikes landed are I'm not even going to read that stat. And then takedowns, 2-0 for Nicholas Newell. Nick needs a party after this. Nick does need. He's going to be very emotional. I mean, he's had 2 fights canceled on him the night of the weigh-ins. He weighed in, fight was canceled 2 times last year. This is like a lot of emotion coming into this. Bobby King looks fresh. Bobby King is a gamer. This is the fight Nick wanted, a really tough fight, and that's exactly what he got. Good job, Bobby King, win or lose. He's a Hawaiian. Jacob's people. Jacob's not Hawaiian. He's pale. But he loves Hawaiians. Oh, man. Let's see what happens. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Here we go. Split. You got to go Nick. Oh! How the hell does he win 30-27 on 2 cards? 30-27 is absurd. He was taken down and controlled in 2 rounds. At least you go Bobby 29-28. 30-27 is some of the worst. Jesus, kid can't even get a homer call. What a joke. What a joke. What an effing joke that is. I'm out of here, guys. Thank you very much for the support. I appreciate it. Thank you all very much for the support. 30-27 is insane. That's insane. Listen, 29-28, we could have an intelligent conversation. 30-27 is the dumbest thing I have ever seen in my entire life. Nick has 2 different rounds, has a takedown with control time, 2 minutes of total control time. There's only 15 minutes in a fight. And you're going to tell me he lost all 3 rounds? What a joke. Anyway, thank you all very much for joining. Thank you for the support. We got some subscribers. We got some super chats. We got donations. Thank you all very much. We're filming tonight. We're dropping later. Don't let my negative attitude with this fight get you down. We will see you tomorrow. Thank you all very much.